Hi, today I'm looking at This Is the Sea by the Waterboys, written by Mike Scott. Great song of a great album, great band. This is simple, but not quite as simple as you might think when you first hear it. So it sounds like it's just two chords through most of the song, and a lot of tutorials that they'll just get you to play two chords, E to A. There's a little bit more to it if you want it to sound exactly like the song. But the basic structure is just E to A. So hopefully you will know those two basic chords. I'll just play them here just in case you don't. That's E. So that's open 6, 2nd fret on the 5th string, 2nd fret on the 4th, 1st fret on the 3rd, and then open 2nd and 1st. That's E. A is this one. And that's avoiding this string, so don't play that one. Open 5th string, 2nd fret on the 4th string, 3rd string and 2nd string, so you have to squash your fingers in. Some people prefer to play that like this. Either's fine. And the 1st string's open, so it's... Anyway, you probably know those, so that's E to A. And what happens in this song, there's a couple of little sort of twists to it which make it a little bit more interesting than just those two chords over and over again. So before I talk about those, I just want to quickly look at the strumming. Now the strumming for this song is probably played on the 12th string originally, but you can play it on the 6th string. It's going to sound very similar. It's one of these songs where the strumming is just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up constantly, like this. It's just that over and over again. And the way you make it sound good with most songs like this is to accent certain ones. There's no specific pattern to this, so people will tell you that, oh, you've got to play down, up, up, down, 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 down. But on this song it wants to just be down, up, hit the strings every time, but you're accenting kind of random ones. So if I just play the E chord, and I'll show you what I mean, if I don't accent anything it sounds like this. Now if I accent some, it sounds like this. A little bit more movement in it and just a bit more interesting. Right, so I can pinpoint an exact strum pattern with accents. If you need it, just put in the comments and I'll have another look at it and see where the accents tend to be. But I think it's best just to feel it if you can. So that's what this hand's doing. And on the E chord, we're just playing that one straight. You're not changing at all. When you go to the A chord, what Mike Scott does on the original is he plays the A to begin with and then takes this finger away, which becomes an A sus2. So the 2nd string becomes an open string rather than 2nd fret. And he then accents lots more upstrokes than he was doing. So I'll just demonstrate that. I'll play it quite slowly from the E. So you heard on that A, as I took that finger away, I was still playing down, up, but I accented the ups a lot more. I'll just do that slowly again on the A. Like that. Most of the song does that. And the only other thing to put in, if you can, just to make it sound a bit more accurate to the original song, is when it goes to the chorus. So whenever he sings, that was the river, this is the sea, in the whole song, whenever he sings those two lines, on the word river, you're playing the E chord, and the bass plays a G sharp note. Well, G sharp is one of the notes in the E chord, and it's a bass note that isn't used that often for that chord, but it's really effective when it does happen. It's a kind of McCartney type effect. So on the guitar, just playing this song on your own, it's a bit tricky to do, but if you can, play the E chord, but stretch little finger to 4th fret. Now not everyone can do that. It sounds like this. And I don't think Mike Scott did that originally, and I don't think he does it live. I think it's the bass player playing the G sharp. But it does sound good if you can get it. It sounds more like the song. So I'll just play the E chord normally and then I'll play it with that one so you can hear the difference. And it really sounds like a different chord. And when you listen to the song, when you hear the word river, that's the chord that you're hearing. It's an E with a G sharp in the bass. So if you can reach that, then do that. If you can't, just leave it and just play E. And so he sings, that was the river. This is the C. On the word C, there's a variation on the standard pattern. He doesn't go straight to an A. He plays this kind of F sharp minor chord, which is where you have the first two strings open. First finger is on the 3rd string 2nd fret, and these two fingers are at 4th fret on the 4th and 5th strings, like that. So we're not using this one. And if you can, get your thumb over the top to play the bass note here, the F sharp. If you are playing a 12-string guitar, it's probably going to have a big neck. It might be awkward to get that. And I think live he probably doesn't quite get that bass note. If you're not getting the bass note, you have to avoid playing this string. So you just get this. If you are getting the bass note, then it's... But that really depends on how long your thumb is and what the neck on your guitar is like. It's quite difficult. Like on this guitar, for me, it's a little bit of a stretch to get that bass note and keep the first two strings open. I can just about do it. So you go to that one instead of the A, and from there you then go to the A and still do the thing where you take this finger away to get the A sus2. Best way to show that is for me to just play it slowly. So this is from where it goes, that was the river, the word river. I'll do it again a little bit slower. And that's everything that's in the song. So just to quickly recap, you've got E to A for most of the song, constant strumming with the little accents. But when you go to the A chord, partway through, you take this finger away to get A sus2 and accent more of the ups. So that's... so on. And then when he sings that was the river, this is the C. If you can get the stretch, do. If not, just play E. So that's everything in the song. That's the whole sort of rhythm guitar part. So reasonably easy to play, just a little bit awkward with that stretch to get that bass note. But remember, you can just play a normal E chord, and that's probably what the guitar's actually doing. So I'm kind of deviating from the actual guitar part there when I'm showing you that. But it does sound good, and it sounds more like the song if you do that, unless you're playing with the bass player, in which case just play E, get your bass player to hit a G sharp. It's only at that point, only on the chorus. That was the river, this is the C. Any questions, please put them in the comments. Please click like if you like this lesson, and suggest other songs. If you want to see other Waterboys songs or anything else, lessons on them, then let me know. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. Okay, thanks.